Welcome back, everyone. A torch or kindling, it's found in nature and can provide light to campers or fuel for a fire. Here's Dr. John Long and Joey Barnes in today's Next to Nature.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Next to Nature with Dr. John Long. And this week we're talking about something that will maybe get you through a tough time if you get stuck out in the woods.
That's true.
And this is a lighter knot?
That's what we call it. That's country folk term for kindling or lighter knot. And a lot of times that's what it is. It's a knot off of a tree, off of a pine tree, or it could be, even a stump from a pine tree, which has deteriorated, and that's all that's left is the interior of the pine tree.
And that's what one of my first questions was. How do you know that you have one?
Right. Well, you'll see it that it's totally rotted to the bottom of it. It just has an appearance. I don't know how to tell you other than if you take a knife and you cut it back and you smell it, you can tell immediately that that's pine. So that you have a good flammable source, because the interior of that tree, or that, as I said, this is a limb, you can tell that that's going to have a lot of fuel on the inside of it. So you light that, and that thing will burn forever. Well,
and that was my next question is these pine knots can burn a really long time.
They can.
And, you can be out in the woods overnight, and they can last overnight.
Right. So you can light a fire with it, make a really quick fire. I use these to light in my fireplace. You don't even really have to use a whole bunch of it to get a really hot flame out of it. Back in the day, or if even today, you could take that and you could light that top and it'd be a torch. So you can see through the woods, or you can, whatever you want to do, you could use that as illumination if you need be. So that's kind of a little survival tip if you needed it.
True.
Because that's one of the things they tell me is that when you're in a situation you may get lost, the first thing you need to do is stop and then try to get a fire going, because fires, if you think about it, are pretty comforting, and it'll put you in a different state of mind. So if you can find one of these, it'll even, if you get one of these, you can actually light it when it's wet, because if you have a knife, you can cut that wet part off and it gets dry in there, so you can light it, and like I said, you'll have a heat source or a light source for sure.
And back in our area before electricity, this is what they used in downtowns, at festivals at night. They would light up these pine knots.
Right.
And my great-grandmother told me a story about going to the Neshoba County Fair. And that's what they did. They put pine knots on posts and lit them at night, and they would sit around and sing songs and that type thing. Back then.
Yeah.
But always good to know, and it's good to have survival tips as well.
And they're readily available in the woods. You just have to know what to look for.
There you go. All right, thanks for joining us this week on Next to Nature. We'll see you back again next week.